So I'm worried about the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition streams. I'll get to why I'm worried about that towards the end of the video, but right now I want to just talk about what happened during last night's stream. Last night's stream, the host generally ignored most people's questions, especially if it was about a PC release for DMC Definitive. Most of my questions were ignored as well, and I'm sorry if I was asking the same question multiple times and yours didn't get answered. What I want to get to though is the two questions that I asked towards the end of the stream. The first one, I wasn't actually hoping for that to get answered. I was actually just being sarcastic, and chat knew that. All the people in the chat knew that. The first question that I asked towards the end of the stream, that was the sarcastic question. I was asking about color-coded enemies and whether or not we'd be seeing color-coded infected tanks and infected helicopters. So why don't we take a look at that clip?
Switch to standard skin. Can we get more color-coded enemies? Unfortunately, the game ships in like what's today?
Wednesday.
4th. The game ships in less than a week, so it's pretty much feature locked. In fact, I have copies on my desk, so although I like the idea of crazy infected tanks and helicopters, like this is PS2 Shinobi, I'm afraid it didn't make this particular game.
Aren't there weirdo? I guess they're not infected, but like DMC2 had tanks or...
Oh yeah, that's true. That's probably actually what you're referring to.
No, the second question that I asked, it was about costumes. It was a completely irrelevant question, and again, this is something that could have been just a simple yes or no answer to. Also, he says that it's not technically possible to add in new costumes, and I call bullshit on that because you could easily have DLC. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that, you know, like right at the moment, you know, right when the game is about to launch, you can add in, you know, new costumes. Like, I totally understand that, right? If it was later down the line and there was a fan demand for it, you could technically add in DLC or add it in through a patch. You could technically. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, we can't technically do that. Why don't we take a look at the clip?
For it, would NT include more costumes in DMCDE? I mean, my gut says, you know, the game is done. It's about to be shipped, so I don't know if it's really in the cards to add more content. But, you know, we do kind of have a never say never motto around here. I don't know if that's, you know, technically possible to even do, but I want to think that if the game does amazingly well, that, you know, that will be noted.
And so you might be asking yourself, well, why am I worried? The reason why I'm worried is because I don't want the special edition streams to end up being like this stream. I don't want irrelevant questions like mine, because let's face it, all of my questions were irrelevant, especially those two. So I'm worried that the special edition streams will have a lot of questions ignored, like important questions like what's going to happen with a PC launch. So we've seen a leak to a PC version of Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Just so you guys know, I'll leave a link to a video that goes into more detail about that. Probably what I'm gonna do is make a separate video that has some maybe a little more irrelevant questions in my opinion, or just questions that are not as important as some of these other questions, like seeing a PC port, or what are some of like the specs on this, what's been buffed, what's been nerfed, things like that. So I might do a video on that. And probably after the Resident Evil Revelations video that I'm working on, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.